Hi, Megna. Thank you so much for coming on the Foghorn Podcast.
Hello, Jasmine. Thank you for the opportunity.
And what story would you like to share with us today?
So, I would like to share my story of how I overcame the lowest points in my life. So, basically, when I was in my 11th grade in school, I found the transition from the 10th to 11th grade really hard. And it was very difficult to cope up with. And also, during the middle of my 12th grade, my grandmother, who was extremely close to me, had passed away. So, all of this, along with some personal problems, including body image issues, and my self esteem took a hit. It kind of made it too difficult for me to concentrate on studies. But even with all of this going around, I managed to obtain a fairly good grade during my board exams. But also, then 2 years into university, I still realized that some of these problems were still there. Like I had anxiety and I was codependent in friendships. And so yeah, I wanted to talk about this
Wow,
today.
sure. No, that sounds very, very interesting. And I'm sure your story will help others as well, who are going through similar situations. So you
Yes,
said it
definitely.
happened in grade 10. It started in grade 10.
Yeah, it started in around grade 10, grade 11. Yes.
So what happened? Like, what did you notice, like, was going on with you and your thoughts and how you were feeling?
Okay. So, how I was feeling at the moment is that I was feeling numb. I was lost and I really didn't understand what was going on with me at that particular point of time. So, like, for example, I used to overanalyze things and I used to not allow myself to express myself freely because of the fear of judgment. And I felt like it was a crime to say no to others. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that was how I was feeling at the moment.
Did it suddenly just like creep up on you, this feeling of, you know, fear of judgment, or was it something that happened? Was there a particular reason that you can remember why it suddenly happened, or did it just suddenly happen and you're not sure how? That makes sense.
No, it's been going on for a while. As in, I'm a shy person, and I feel really, yeah, I'm socially a bit anxious also, and I'm trying to get over it right now. But at the moment, I felt like it was a problem for me because I felt difficult for myself to ask questions to my teachers and socialize with as in the transition from 10th grade to 11th, I couldn't make friends. I felt it really hard because I couldn't like mingle with people and express myself. And I used to find them talking about a particular topic, but I didn't feel like I could relate or even express myself or talk something about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of missed out making friends and enjoying my 11th and 12th grade
Was
because
it?
majorly because
Yeah, no, I completely understand. Was it because you felt like you couldn't talk to them because you felt like you didn't have enough knowledge about what they were talking about, or you felt you would be judged?
yeah, it was sometimes like that, or it was just because I used to not fit in because I didn't really follow up with the trends and I was interested in something differently altogether. So yeah.
Wow,
Or
okay.
also, even if I knew about it, I felt, okay, if I'm going to say something and they're going to judge me really hard. So, yeah,
Just scared of fear of not being accepted, maybe.
yes.
Wow, yeah. And it's so common, actually, I have to say, it's unbelievably common.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
Yeah,
great
but
that
but
you're talking.
until a point of time in my life, I didn't know it was common. I just felt like I was the only one going through these kind of struggles. And yeah, like more reading, researching, and all of the self work I've been doing. That's the point when I realized that there are many other people going through such kind of things.
That's a really important thing to say as well, that
Yes.
when you realize you're not the only one, that's
Yeah.
the start when you can actually start getting better and feeling better about yourself.
True.
Um, so, did you talk to anybody when you were feeling like this?
No, the thing is, I felt like I didn't know that something it was something that was not supposed to happen. I really thought that all of this was normal, it's a part of life. So I didn't really talk to anyone during this, especially about these kind of issues. I felt like, okay, probably it's only in my head, or it's only who like me who's going through these kind of things. So, why bother talking to others about it? So it was also like that. And like I said, it was pretty numb during then. I didn't know what I was feeling to, also go and express and talk about it to someone else.
Sure. And did you speak to your parents or teachers?
At the moment, no, but yeah, after a long while, like I said, when I was in university, my second year, that was the time I myself realized that okay, something is happening. I have anxiety, I have these kind of issues and stuff going on with me. So that's when I actually spoke to my parents. I met teachers, no.
Wow. So from grade 10
Yes.
to second year at university, how many years was that?
It was 11, 12, 1, 2, 4, around 4 years.
So 4 years you were going through this by yourself?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, okay. And then, so what made you decide to talk to somebody at university?
Okay, so yeah, to like I said, 2 years after I started university, I stopped talking to someone who was extremely close to me, which was like the lowest point in my life. So then I just realized that okay, there's no use, thinking about the past, getting stuck there and brooding over the past. Like I used to always think, okay, why this happened to me? Like all of this over the years, I keep on thinking about it, like forming a circle in my head. Why?
Yeah.
But then I decided to just take life into my own hands after that. So I did an internship. I kept myself occupied so that my thoughts don't kind of like drift away. And then I decided to go for counseling. So then, yeah, obviously, I decided to also start loving myself more and being compassionate towards myself.
Yeah, because it sounds like the why question, maybe you were judging
Yes.
yourself a little bit as well.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, my self-esteem was really low back then.
Wow. And so what happened then after seeing the counselor? Like, how did they help you?
Okay, so what I was going through was certainly very difficult. It was difficult to deal with those feelings because like I said, it had been accumulating over time and I hadn't like actually sat and dealt with those feelings. So it's still there, like it's still a part of me, I think even till now. So I had no idea what anxiety or codependency were until my counselor actually sat down and explained it to me. So, what are the actions I took was that giving myself ample time to heal and understanding that healing is not a linear process. So, like today, I could feel really well, and even 1 month, 2 months, I could. And then after that, suddenly I could just start, relapsing, feeling bad, feeling like my self esteem is low, getting all those feelings back. So yes, then the new habits I took, um, took myself to do were like focus on keeping myself occupied. Then I started drawing and painting with my sister. I hung out with my sister more. And then I started journaling. I took the time to also keep myself informed and read more about anxiety, codependency, eating disorders, and also keeping myself informed.
Wow, okay. And so what do you wish, because I mean, you said you were going through this for 4 years before you asked for help.
Yes.
What do you wish, like, what could your parents have done, or maybe your teachers, or to help you, do you think? Or what do you wish they had known at that time?
Um, yeah, I guess they could have just sat with me and spoke about what was actually happening. Like, okay, probably like what is going on with you? How are things? And yeah, mostly that.
Yeah, just a conversation, basically, just having a
Yes,
conversation. Yeah. And I think I think what you said is really true. Just creating that space to have that conversation where you can be seen and heard can make you
yes,
feel so much better. And it's
true.
not very simple, actually, isn't it? But
Yes,
when you're stuck in your thoughts, you don't realize. It's hard to realize. Um, Good. Yeah. So anything else happened during that time, like that you'd like to share?
no, I think this was pretty much it. That's I like I said, I had a few issues with eating as well, and that had also kind of impacted me because again, like I didn't know that something was wrong. Again, like I just thought that okay, I didn't even know that was something was wrong because I used to overanalyze my eating, and I used to feel like if I ate too much, it would be too bad for me, and it would kind of like affect the way I look. So, and I wanted to look thin and skinny. And I used to also obsess that, okay, the way my hands or legs look are too fat. But they were just normal. They were looking thin. And I knew, like looking back, I knew that I was pretty thin, but I just didn't feel like it. So, yeah, that was also a major, major thing that was impacting me.
Wow. So so first of all, it started with the anxiety and the fear of judgment,
Yeah.
and then it slowly turned into the eating
Yes.
disorder. Would you say you had an eating disorder at that time?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And your counselor helped you with that as well.
Yeah, like my counselor mostly she helped me with the anxiety and codependency. Like I had explained to her how my like a few of my friendships were not that good. Like I had some toxic behaviors, I could say. And she told me like, okay, like it's possible that each of us have these kind of things, and she explained how I could better myself. So that was it.
And just sorry to go back again, and what else, like you said you were experiencing anxiety, fear of judgment. Can you remember like what kind of things you were telling yourself during that time? Like what
Okay,
were you
that
saying?
time it was bad in the sense that I used to constantly criticize myself.
Yeah.
Like I didn't need anyone else to come and do it for me. I used to do it for myself. Like anything, like I used to wear something and feel like, okay, I'm not looking that great. I look horrible, and my face, my like I still face it. This problem, I have an acne, so like I feel like okay, everyone's gonna keep looking at me because of my acne, my face, the way my face looks, things like that.
Very self-conscious then.
Yes, self-conscious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. And so now, so what year are you in at university now, or have you finished?
Oh, I've finished. I've completed my 4-year course.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So where are
Mhm.
you now in this journey, on your journey?
Yeah, okay, right now I make sure I give myself priority and self-love. I also attend occasional or rare therapy sessions, and I've been finding that really very, very helpful, and I like to thank my therapist for that. So I practice mindfulness and CBT. So all of this kind of makes me feel stronger, braver, and I do try to open up more and express what I feel courageously. Like today, I decided to share my experience. So, and since knowing and understanding what was going on with me and why I had been feeling numb for over a long time, it is so important to me that I also decided to volunteer with to create awareness about mental health. So I think there are still some people in the world who do not open up about their mental health issues. And even with the world progressing so much, many people they do not openly talk about their mental health. So yeah, like you said, I wanted to share my story today because I believe that many people kind of struggle with to ask for help due to the stigma around the topic. So I wanted to set an example for people who could relate to such a thing and also encourage them to definitely ask for the help they need. And I also feel like that mental health should be treated the same way as physical problems. And as a step forward in my life, yeah, I decided to volunteer as a content creator with MindChamps, and being able to help people and create awareness about sensitive and eye-opening topics. It's really been so encouraging, and it feels like a tremendous achievement. And also, just recently, I won the Mind Champ of the Month title, which is like a super, super proud moment for me, because looking back from where I started, it's just like a big thing. It's a stepping stone in my journey.
Wow, that's amazing, Megna. No,
Yes,
thank you so much for sharing. And I think you're absolutely right. It's all about creating awareness, having a
yes,
conversation, um, you know, so you know you're not alone. And,
yeah,
because I think once you
definitely.
feel alone, you can quite easily withdraw yourself, from others.
Yes,
And then the thoughts and everything can just become so overwhelming. And like you said, you can become numb. Um,
yes,
and I guess it takes bravery to have that conversation as well, doesn't it?
yes.
You know, yeah. What made you decide to have that conversation in the end with your counselor? Was it just so much that you just thought I have to do this, or
No, like I said, it was like I said, I stopped talking to that friend, and I was in a very, very low point in my life. So after that, I was, it was a major point, like major part of my life where I just decided, okay, this is the stop. Like, let's stop all this, uh, crying,
you knew
feeling
it was
sad.
enough?
Yeah, all this, tragic feelings, and kind of like just start to heal myself and also know what is happening with me.
Yeah,
Because most of the time I used to do things and not understand why I used to do them the way I did it. Like, so yeah, like I wanted to gain more clarity on what I'm feeling and why I'm feeling that way. So yeah, that's what made me actually seek help for the first time.
wow. So it's like you made a decision. That's
Yes,
enough. It's time
yes,
to. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Thank you so much. And you mentioned lots of things that have helped you and things you still do, which I think that's important to say as well, because, and I think it is important to
yes,
look after ourselves, our well-being all of the time. Like you said,
yeah,
journaling, self-love, and it's important to continue these things like we do with our physical health.
yes,
It's important to go for walks, but you don't just go for walks for a couple of weeks and then stop. You have to keep
yeah,
going. You have to keep looking after your
yes.
physical health and mental health. So yeah, that's very um, important that you said that. And what would be your message to anybody who is going through what you went through?
Okay, so firstly and most importantly, I would say love yourself. So without loving yourself, it's very, very hard to be completely selfless in any kind of relationship with anyone. And also, marks might be important, but not as much as your mental health. And seek out help whenever you need to talk to like whenever you feel the need to, or talk to someone who's close to you who will understand what you're going through. And then be confident, trust yourself, and always stop second guessing yourself. Like, you'll never know until you just go and try it. And also that you are not your mental illness. And I would like to also share a quote that says,
Yeah.
tough time never lasts, but tough people do."
Oh, I like that. Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And no, thank you so much, Megna, for sharing your story. And I'm sure you would help. You would have helped many, people listening to this, or you will help many
Yeah.
people listening to this.
I hope I did help people, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
No, thank you so much, Megna, and hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, sure, definitely.